What is going on, guys? Jason Burke here, Styles Clash for Life, coming at you on YouTube, and today I am wrestling with myself. Excuse me. SummerSlam 2018 is coming up this Sunday, and I've got to say I'm a little less than enthused about the current product. This will be the first main roster show that I've watched since Backlash, and only my second main roster show since WrestleMania. I watched WrestleMania, I watched Backlash, and now I'm watching SummerSlam this Sunday. I've watched no Raw or SmackDown or pay-per-views in between. The oversaturation of the product and the bad writing has not been my favorite thing in the world, but SummerSlam is one of the biggest shows of the year. My friends are having a party, and I want to be optimistic about SummerSlam despite the fact that I haven't really been in tune with the main roster programming. I did do a preview yesterday for NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3. If you want to go back and look at my predictions for that show and talk to me in the comments about what you guys think about the NXT TakeOver show coming up this Saturday, I would love to hear from you guys. But this is my SummerSlam preview and predictions video. There are 13 matches on this show. 13 matches on this show. It's probably going to go 7 hours. Kickoff's at 5 p.m. Regular shows at 7 p.m. It's probably going to go past 12 a.m. It's going to be over 7 hours. I miss the days when it was, 4 hours max for a big show. And if you weren't part of one of the top 7 or 8 feuds, you weren't on the show. That's the way it should be. They should have 8 matches on this show, and that should be it. But we have 3 pre-show matches and 10 regular show matches. It's going to be quite a long show. But that aside, let's get to the matches real quick. I want to give you guys a rundown of each match. And on paper, the card looks very good. I mean, the roster is stacked and the workers are good, and nobody is taking the wrestling away from the workers. So I think as a wrestling show, based on the card and the matches, it should be a pretty solid show. First on the pre-show, we have Rusev and Lana in a mixed tag match against Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega. I think Almas and Vega get the win here. Rusev has kind of been in and out pushed for the last few months. They never really get serious about him long term, and Almas and Vega are still a new act. I think this is only their second pay-per-view since being on the main roster, so I think Almas and Vega are new and definitely need the win here. Should be a solid match. Lana and Vega both work hard, and Rusev and Almas are awesome workers, so it should be decent. Nothing special, but I think Almas and Vega win here. Then we have, for the Raw Tag titles, the B Team defends against the Revival. I don't really care about this. The B Team are charismatic comedy act, but they're not taken very seriously. The Revival are an awesome tag team who deserve way better. They should be the 80s throwback team that was over in NXT as true heels that beat guys up and cut the ring off. I feel so bad for where they are. So just out of my sentimentality for the Revival and how good they are and how underused they are, I'm going to pick them to win the Raw Tag titles here. The B Team are a joke. They're not serious. They don't need to win. They're a comedy act. They have personality, so that's good. But Revival need the win much more badly here to revive the Raw Tag title division, which needs a revival badly, no pun intended. So Revival gets the win here and wins the tag titles. For the Cruiserweight title, Cedric Alexander defends against Drew Gulak. I'm looking forward to this one as much as any other on the show. It could be one of the best matches on the entire show if they give it time. This one deserves like 12 to 15 minutes to develop. Drew Gulak has become a great personality. I love the PowerPoint stuff. I love his stuff on the mic. I love him being the aggressive, angry technician. Alexander's really great. Good athlete, good high flyer, great clash of styles here. I think this is going to be an excellent match that I'm looking forward to very much. I'm going to say Cedric Alexander retains here. He's gone through almost everyone. He's defended against a lot of people. I'm not quite sure who's going to be the one to take it off him. Maybe Mustafa Ali might take it off him, but I think somehow, for some reason, Cedric is going to retain here. But I hope this one gets the time it deserves because this could really steal the show. At least steal the pre-show. Then for the main show, first of 10 matches, we have Finn Balor against Baron Corbin. I don't care about this feud at all. Does anyone care about this feud at all? They fought a couple of times. Corbin's a constable now. It is what it is. Corbin is not as bad as people think he is in the ring. People give him a lot of crap for not being an indie guy, but I kind of like Corbin's heel persona. I like Balor obviously too, but this feud's going nowhere fast. I think Balor gets the win and moves on to something else. Then we have for the SmackDown US title, Shinsuke Nakamura defends against Jeff Hardy. Nakamura won the belt against Hardy last month, so I think he retains here. There's no sense taking it off him. I do like Nakamura since turning heel. I think he has some personality. He's done some funny things on the mic, pretending he doesn't know English and all that. But I don't know. Jeff Hardy is really, I think he's injured right now. He's fighting hurt. And Nakamura has not lit the world on fire in the ring since he's been on the main roster. So I'm not much looking forward to this match, to be honest, either, even though I do like Nakamura a lot. On paper, it sounds like a pretty good match, but I don't think either one has been doing their best work as of late. So I think Nakamura retains here, but I'm not super excited for it. Then for the Raw Tag Team titles, we have, what is it, the SmackDown? SmackDown Tag Team titles, whatever. We have the Bludgeon Brothers against New Day. We've seen this match a few times before already. I do like the Bludgeon Brothers a lot. I think Harper's criminally underrated. I think Rowan has gotten better and better and is a hard worker. I'm a huge fan of these guys. I think they retain the SmackDown Tag titles here. New Day's already had the belts for a record-setting amount of time. They've had the belts multiple times. They don't need the belts anymore. They've already lost the Bludgeon Brothers before. I don't see the point of this match. I don't see why you wouldn't throw a couple other teams in here or somebody else in here. Authors of Pain, where the hell are they at? Anyway, I think Bludgeon Brothers retain here. Should be a good match. Everyone involved in the match is a good worker. I just think that Bludgeon Brothers will get the belts back. And then we have Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. I do wish there were some stakes to this match, but I love this rivalry. This is probably on paper here the best rivalry out of all 13 matches. They built this one for a long, long time, going back to Daniel Bryan being Miz's rookie on the original NXT. And they had the whole thing last year when Bryan was the GM, but he couldn't wrestle, and Miz was taking his kicks and his moves. Miz is one of the best heels in the company and one of the best mic workers in the company. Bryan gets huge pops. He's super over. He's a great underdog babyface. These two couldn't be more opposites and couldn't be better suited for each other. I'm so glad that this gets a major SummerSlam match, and I hope that it gets the time it deserves because these two are both excellent. I think Daniel Bryan gets the feel-good win here. Again, there's no stakes as far as the match goes, but I think it'll be a very good match, and I think Bryan wins. For the SmackDown Women's Championship, Carmella defends in a three-way against Becky Lynch and Charlotte. I've seen a lot of divided opinions here. This could really go any one of three ways. It's one of the harder matches of the night to call, but I'm going to say Becky Lynch finally wins back the SmackDown Women's title. It'll be her second reign. But she's been out of the spotlight for so long now and so misused and underused. Becky Lynch is a really talented female and deserves a lot better than she's been getting. I think this match could be very, very good. Carmella is a good heel character, still not the best in the ring, but Becky and Charlotte both have it all. They're both excellent. So I think Becky gets the win here and maybe goes on to a feud against Charlotte down the road, which could be really fun to watch. For the Raw Women's Championship, Alexa Bliss defends against Ronda Rousey. I think Ronda Rousey is a no-brainer here. Rousey might even destroy her and tap her out in 3 minutes. Rousey's super over. She's taken to wrestling very, very quickly. She's gotten very good, very fast at pro wrestling, and this is a big stage for her and her biggest match yet. I think she wins the belt here and stays undefeated all the way until WrestleMania. She may go against someone like Charlotte or Asuka. I'm not sure who yet, but I think she wins the belt and holds on to it for quite a while here. And this could be a fun match to watch because Alexa Bliss is a natural heel, and she's going to be over as a heel, and Ronda Rousey is always over as a face. So looking forward to the crowd response for that one. Then we have Dolph Ziggler defending the IC belt against Seth Rollins. Ziggler will have Drew McIntyre in his corner. Rollins will have the newly returned Dean Ambrose in his corner. Welcome back, Dean Ambrose. I'm a huge fan of Ambrose. Good to see him back. Rollins has already had the belt, and the belt's gone back and forth already. So I think Ziggler retains here, possibly by Ambrose costing Rollins, either on purpose or inadvertently. I'm not sure which. This could lead to a Ambrose heel turn and a Rollins-Ambrose feud. But I think there's no point in putting the belt back on Rollins now that Ambrose is back, and he already had it. So I think Ziggler retains by some nefarious means. Then we have Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens. Strowman's Money in the Bank briefcase is on the line. In my fantasy world, I would love to see Kevin Owens find a way to win this belt, this briefcase here, and then at the end of the night align himself with Paul Heyman as the new world champion. But that's just fantasy booking on my behalf. In reality, I think Braun Strowman retains here. Should be a good match. I like both guys, but Strowman, I think, having the briefcase is perfect to be the one to unseat Lesnar, and we'll get back to that in a second or two. Teaser. Then, one of the two main events for the SmackDown World Championship, AJ Styles defends against Samoa Joe, and I think Samoa Joe wins the SmackDown title. This is the most anticipated main roster match for me. I think this could be the best match on the entire card, if not the second best with the cruiserweights. I'm looking forward to this a lot. These two have had a long storied rivalry. Jersey All-Pro and TNA and Ring of Honor and all kinds of good matches out of these two. This could be a match of the year candidate. I think Joe is the one to finally unseat AJ. He's had the belt for a long time, and Joe is primed and ready as an athletic, intense heel champion. I think it fits well, and I think Joe deserves this. Then in the main event, for the Raw World Championship, Brock Lesnar finally shows up as he defends against Roman Reigns. Again. This one could go a number of ways. It's hard to call because on one hand, there's rumors that Brock Lesnar's sticking around for a long time and signing a contract extension. On the other hand, Roman Reigns has already lost against Lesnar 3 separate times now, plus a 4th if you go back to WrestleMania last year. So he's 0-4 against Lesnar, so why keep giving Reigns these title shots to lose and lose and lose and lose? Then there's the idea of Paul Heyman. What's Paul Heyman going to do, and who's he going to align with by the end of the night? So this one is hard to call, but I think either way we're going to see a cash-in. Whether Lesnar wins against Reigns and then Strowman comes down and picks the bones clean and cashes in as a new champion so Lesnar stays strong, that could happen. Or Reigns could finally unseat Lesnar and be the hero here, like Vince wants him to be, and beat Lesnar, but then Strowman comes down, I'm not finished with you, Roman, and renews their long-term feud and takes the belt off Roman. So either way, a Strowman cash-in would make sense here and would keep the other person strong. I think Strowman does cash in here and walks out at the end of the night with the championship. The question is with who. So I'm going to say Lesnar retains and then Strowman takes the title at the end of the night. So what match are you guys most looking forward to? Tell me in the comments below. Are you looking forward to the show? And what are your predictions? Who's going to win? How right or wrong do you think I am? Tell me in the comments. And check back here on Monday. Again, watch my NXT preview and predictions that I did yesterday. I'm going to come back Monday with an NXT and a SummerSlam review show recapping the matches and what happened. So check back and watch those as well. Until the next opening bell, guys, this has been Wrestling with myself, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you.